Hello all and welcome back again. It is your boy Duffer Josh, and today I have got a next car game video for you on how to set up the cars to run pretty smooth and fast around the track. Now this is one of my favourites at the current moment in time. With the mod in its current state, this is probably the fastest way that I get around here, and that is in the Mk2 Granada estate. So what you need to do is we need to head over to assembly and look at the parts that we've got on this car. So to make this car go around, say, Arena Essex and Cowdenbeath, I think it is that I run this mainly round, getting my top lap times, is running this current setup. So it is a 2AI gear engine in there, so make sure that's installed. If those parts aren't in there, they may be on another car, so go through your cars, or delete all your cars, start again, and make sure that none of those cars have got any of these engines in them, and you'll be able to install it on here. It's got the air, there's no air filters currently, there's no coolant, intake manifold, make sure that is on high performance intake. Fuel system, I don't believe there's anything. Ignition, nothing. Stock exhaust, stock manifolds, exhaust, stock valves, stock camshafts, stock pistons, gearbox. Now this is one of the main keys to getting a car to run smooth and around most circuits. It gets the gearing right. If you've got a car that's got that's bogging out in the corners, you're just going to be slow. It's going to take too much time off your lap times to get anywhere, so you're completely wasting your time. If it's revving out and maxing out before you get to the end of the corner in, say, second gear, then the gearbox is too short. You need something from a bit more give in it. So obviously we've got this one here. It is the 4-speed Granada box with a diff from a 2.8 Mk2 Granada. The gear ratios are a 316 with a 195, 141, 1 and a 346. The final drive in it is a 345, just so you guys are aware of all that. So that's that. So that's gearbox. Now go over to drivetrain. I run a locked differential in my cars, so if I do get damaged or anything, say the shell gets bent or the chassis gets bent on the car and it picks one wheel up, all that traction is going to be spinning that wheel, and that wheel isn't going to be hitting the ground, so you're going to get no traction whatsoever. So what you do is you put it on lock diff. Say this wheel's still up, this one will take all the power, and that'll get you going around the track still. It might not be as fast, but it still works. Limited slip diff and different bits. It depends on your driving style, but you can select different if you like. Drivetrain, that's what we've just done. Suspension, I run Mk2 Granada stiff. Like I say, this is all depends on your driving style. I find this works better for me. I've managed to work my way around how I like the car to handle and how to avoid situations, and that is the best one for me. But obviously you've got plenty of choices, and like I say, if you remove others off the other cars, then it makes it easier for you to find parts to fit. So we've also got brakes. I run 10%. It allows me to brake so much smoother coming into the corner without yanking the brakes on and pulling me towards a fence or getting sideways. So run 10%. Sometimes I may run 20 or 30, depends on how I'm feeling, but 10% is a good one to start off with. That is it for the Mk2 Granada. What we'll do is we'll go for a quick race. I will take all the cars off of the track, just so I can show you a few tips and tricks on getting around the track as quick as possible. I will start off with the Arena Essex. Like I say, that is one of my fastest tracks in this setup. So here we go. We'll go to Arena Essex and start race. It should load up pretty damn fast. There's no AI. Like I say, assists as well. I have manual shifting. I have all my assists off. No ABS, no traction control, no stability control. You could put these on maybe half. It may be able to stop you from sliding about, but if you want to really play it as real to life as possible, I'd suggest turning them off. So I'm going to start race. I'm going to have to connect my controllers. I haven't been on the game yet today. So there we go. We are now loaded in. The flags drop. There we go. See, this is what you don't want to be doing, is getting the car completely sideways. You're just losing time by doing that. Try and avoid the wall, because the walls do pull you in on Wreckfest. It's just part of the game engine. But try and keep it smooth. Dabbing the brakes as you come into the corner. Keeping the car straight. Try not to kick the back end out. and get on the power as soon as possible. Try and keep the corners fairly tight. That stops people lunging on you, diving on you, and pulling them positions off you as well. It kind of cuts out the cheap shots. And yeah, that just smoothens your line up altogether. Try and avoid hitting the curb, because as you can see, that sent me wide and made me get the back end out. This is my first time on here today, so I need a bit of a warm up. But as you can see, we get them around there pretty smoothly. We're on a 15.58. I can drop a second off that easy if I was really trying. But if I run a couple of laps, I may go a little bit quiet with the concentration, just to show you what this car's really made of. We're just going to do a restart on that race so we can get a few more laps in. So that was just a little warm up there. I usually set it around 15 laps. First 5 or 6 are just a warm up laps, should I say. And here we go. Like I say, try and keep it off that wall. Keep it in. Dab the brakes ever so slightly. Try and keep that car as straight as possible. I was running the old test mod yesterday, so completely different handling concept to the current mod state. As you can see, keep your lines fairly straight, and with more laps you do, the more you will improve. Let me just go, just knock 200 tenths off on that lap, and I've gone wide. I've clipped the wall. Not too bad if you click it with the rear end in the right position. It does kind of straighten you up and don't lose too much speed. I can run a low 14 round here easy on this track. There we go. It's just a little guide on that car. We'll now head over to Cowden Beef and we'll show you a few laps around that track. It's a totally different driving style around that track compared to Arena. This one you can more or less throw the car into the corners and the car will literally take itself around. Just got to dab the brakes just in the right place on this track. And getting the back end out on this track as well doesn't matter too much. You're carrying the speed all the way around there. There we go. Beautiful corner there. Very fast track this one. Very fast corners. 14.8. Second lap. Can you imagine this? Running this about 15 laps, you really get in the zone. You really start picking them lap times, dropping them lap times down, picking up those seconds. 14.7. Brilliant track to race around. You get some top drivers on here, it will be very fun. Locked up a little bit there. I was getting a little bit too close to them tyres and they really do pull you in. And there we go. Oh, I thought that was the last lap. You can see I got a bit sloppy over the last couple of laps there. But you guys get the idea. It's all about practice, picking those lines, braking at the right times and getting the right setup on the cars. But I really do hope that setup helps you guys. If it does, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. and leave us a comment on what you think. Anyway, guys, I'm DUFFER Josh. Peace out.